Your house has expired. Now, what are you going to do? What's the next step? So, first of all, a lot of homes expire, and it could be for a variety of reasons. It could be price. That's the number one thing that everybody wants to take a look at. It could be the condition of the home, or it could even be the marketing and the photos of the home. Sometimes photos do not showcase a property in its best light. So, personally, I've taken on quite a few expired listings this year, and I've been able to sell them all successfully within just a couple of weeks. One example is I took on a listing that had been on the market for over 200 days. It expired. I took on that listing in mid-February, and we had an offer by mid-March. So within 4 weeks, we had accepted an offer. Another property that I took on this year as an expired listing, it had expired 3 times. I went in, took on the listing in mid-August, and we accepted an offer by within 3 weeks, actually, on that one. So if you have any questions, I'm here to help you. That is what I'm here for. I'm hoping to be a resource for everybody. What do I do differently that other agents may not be doing? So first, of course, I'm going to give you a complete comparative market analysis. We're going to deep dive into the price and make sure that you are priced strategically and correctly and for the best marketability of the property. That's number one. Once we determine the price, we're going to go through a number of different things that I've got prepared. So I first will be giving you a copy of my paint guide. And that's going to run through the best colors to paint your home. Sometimes your home may need a full paint, and a paint job is going to do wonders. It brightens up the house, it gives it a fresh look, and it can make a home look completely different. But sometimes your home does not need a full paint job. It may just need a magic eraser to go through, scrub a couple of scrub marks and scuff marks and clean those up, and you could be good to go. So we'll go through the property, we'll walk through it. We're going to talk about any to-do items, any maintenance items that need to be taken care of. An example of something that I've done is my husband and I on one of the expired listings actually went through before listing the property, and we changed out all of the light bulbs in the entire house. They were mismatched. Some of them didn't work. So we went through, we made sure all of the lights worked. We changed all of the light bulbs to be the same exact color and the same exact shade so that it presented itself in the best possible light. You want all of your lights to be the same color, the same shade, and you want everything to be matching. It'll flow better, it'll look better in photographs, and it'll look more appealing to a buyer when they come to tour the house. So those are little maintenance items that I'm happy to help with, and my husband is happy to help with if we can. But also, if you need bigger jobs done, or if we don't have time, if you don't have time, whatever the case may be, sometimes you need a professional to come in and do those items as well, which is where my Trades and Services Guidebook comes in. I will give you a copy of this guidebook. It has everybody that you could possibly imagine: electricians, plumbers, siding, roofing, landscapers, cleaning companies, power washing, whatever you might need. My best recommendations are within this guidebook. So we can go through that as well, go through your maintenance items. What can we do? What can be taken care of? And how do we get this ready to sell? I will also give you a copy of my Prep Your Home to Sell brochure. In this brochure, we'll go through room by room what needs to be done to prepare your home to sell. We'll also talk about preparing your home for photographs. Sometimes virtual staging or staging is an option as well, if that will be beneficial to your home and if it's an option for you. We can definitely talk about those, because having a buyer be able to visualize the property in its best light is always beneficial and can get top dollar for your property. So we will talk through all of the options. We'll talk through room by room what needs to be done to prepare your home to sell. Preparing is the number one thing. Once we're prepared, we can list it and I can start marketing the property. So some things that I do differently when I market, I create a brochure. It's a high quality brochure. I don't know how well, nope, we're not gonna be able to see it. So I can send copies of this, or I can bring a copy when we meet as well. But I put together a high quality brochure that is printed and given to people who come to see the house. I will give it to buyers when I do tours and when I do open houses. And this brochure is just different information than what's on the MLS. So on the MLS, I'm going to be appealing to people logistically. What is it that they need? What is it they want? So, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms. Is there a basement that's finished? How many upgrades were done? What upgrades were done? All of that is going to be listed in the MLS and on Zillow and on Realtor, and it gets sent to all of those sites so that buyers can read through that. But the brochure appeals to people emotionally. I put a different description in the brochure. I put different photos in the brochure, and I highlight the property in a more emotional way. I encourage people to, if you've got a deck, for example. Like envision yourself sitting on the deck, having your coffee, listening to the birds, or if you have a large kitchen, envision yourself here on the holidays, creating your memories, cooking your dinner, whatever it may be, whatever's special about your property that really appeals to the emotional side of people and the buyers, that's what's going to go in the brochure because that's going to be what people bring home. They're going to look at these photos and they're going to remember that they loved the feel of the house, they loved the visual aspect of the home, and then they're going to read that description and they're going to start envisioning their life there. So that's something that's special that I do for all of my properties. Another thing is I do both old school and new school marketing. So I do mailers and print marketing as well as digital and social marketing. So on the print end, I'm going to be mailing out 200 mailers to your closest neighbors and sending those out and seeing if anybody knows anybody that's looking for a property. This is especially important if you're living in a area that has multifamilies or if you own a multifamily, because a lot of those people that own the multifamilies as well, they may be interested in buying another property within that neighborhood. In single family neighborhoods, it's common that sometimes people will want friends or family to move in and they may know somebody that's been looking to get into the neighborhood. So I'll send out mailers to the 200 closest neighbors and I will also door knock to the 12 to 15 closest neighbors, chat with the neighbors, walk around, get to know people, and see if anybody knows anyone that's been looking in that area. So those are a couple of things that I do. I also do digital and social marketing as well. So I will be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Nextdoor, all of those things doing paid and organic advertising. So I will get videos out there, photographs out there, and of course I will make sure that we've got the best photographer on your property taking the best photos possible. We want to show your property in the absolute best light. And by having the best photographer, that's how we're going to do it. So all of those photographs will be included in the marketing that I do. And we'll get that out to see as many people as possible. So my ads on Facebook, on Instagram, they are reaching tens of thousands of people when I put those out there. And we want to get as many views as possible because more views are more shares for the property and people will see it more. So those are a few of the things that I do that are a little bit different. If you have an expired listing, if you want me to take a look at it, I would be happy to do so, let you know where we can improve, what we can do, and what we can do before we list it if you're interested. So give me a call. All of my information is in my bio, and I look forward to chatting with you.